Wellness. I am your girl, Dominique, and we're going to get started in a moment. Let me see. I'm loading. Okay. All right. So she's coming in. I'm going to have a special guest tonight. Guys, just chime in. What we're going to be talking about tonight is how 2020 changed us as people. Hi.
There for you.
Hello, hello. How are
All is well.
you?
All
All
is
right.
well. It's not a bad hump day.
It's not a bad home day. I agree. So, of course, I'm crazy with this technology. I have not started the live yet, but we're gonna get started as soon as. So I'm trying to figure out how to turn this camera and do all this extra stuff. But you know what? I'm not gonna even worry about it. We're on. I got you on here, and it's awesome. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let me
So
have
thank you
let me have
guys
a
for
little. I
being
got a little drinky
patient.
drink. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay. So yeah, this is not tea time after dark, but it's okay. You can go and get yourself a drink, relax. We're gonna have a good time. And guys, don't forget to thumb up the live. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This is feminine health and wellness. We're gonna get started. Okay. So welcome back to the channel. This is your girl Dominique, and this is feminine health and wellness. And today we're going to talk about something that we all experience, something that we all experience, but not everyone is has truly processed how 2020 has changed us as people. This is a great topic. We're going to dive into it. We're going to get to it. So, we're going to be talking about how 2020 changed us as people, our mind, our body, and our energy and the relationships that we actually share today. That is what we're going to be talking about. But you know what I got to do, guys? You know I got to do my little semantics or whatever. Everybody know I love flowers, right? So I always buy myself some flowers every week. If you know me,
That's so
you know
nice.
me. Right. So I buy myself flowers every week. But this week, I did not have to buy myself some flowers. An amazing gentleman bought me flowers this week. So I kudos to him. These are my flowers. I love them. Everybody that know me, I love flowers. I have to give my kudos to an amazing guy. Okay, let's ask for it. Let's move on. Okay, so I have an amazing guest tonight, and she reached out to me and she wanted to talk about this topic, and I said, sure, let's do it. Come on. We're gonna kind of dive into it and give our thoughts on it, and we're going to give our opinions on it. And I would like for you guys to chime in. I would like for you guys to chime in and give your thoughts on how 2020 changed your life as well. Okay. However, we're not going there. We're not going to that. Um, Now, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little about your journey into wellness and personal growth?
Okay, so I am. My name's Taylor, and The reason that I brought up the topic of the changes of 2020 is because I feel like a lot has changed due to the 2020. Um,
Mm-hmm.
a lot as far as dating, as far as people, the way they maneuver in their careers, as far as everything. So I mean, I feel like a new person since 2020, and I'm
Okay.
happy with the person that I am today because of 2020. I feel
Right.
like because of that, it's allowed us to slow down and and think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I agree with that. I agree. So now this is another quick question. How did 2020 teach? How did it teach you about yourself and that you did not know before?
Things about myself that I didn't know before.
Uh huh.
Hmm. There's a lot. So one thing that I will say is I learned that I don't like to be vulnerable.
Mm,
That's something that I learned during 2020. Um,
yeah.
I learned a lot. There's
Okay.
quite a few things that, but as far as vulnerability, I realized that I can't. I have a hard time with that. Learned that I run from things.
Mm-hmm.
So I run from feelings. Um,
Right.
so I've definitely learned a lot about myself for sure
Uh,
during that time.
right. So, well, I'm going to share, what I learned about myself during that time. 2020 has changed a lot of people, and we have grown, and we have grown for the good and for the worse. I think things have evolved. I
Mhm.
should say, um, and we must evolve. That's always. We must change. We must grow. So, me as a person from 2020 to now, I have grown spiritually. I have grown. I have learned how to love myself more. I have learned how to sit with myself and be by myself and enjoy myself. So 2020 has taught me a lot of things that I incorporate every day in my videos and in my life. So I meditate more. Whoever believes what they believe, meditate, pray, or whatever. I do that more. I sit with myself. I know, I'm very aware of my emotions and different things like that now, and I embrace them instead of, like you said, running away from it. I
Yeah,
embrace it, and hey, we have learned a lot just by being at home in 2020, not being able to go anywhere or do anything. We have learned a lot about ourselves, just alone, just about you as an individual. If you didn't learn anything else, you learned about yourself.
absolutely. We had. I loved that time, not necessarily for the bad things, but I love the fact that it allowed us to slow down, and I feel like we got to know ourselves. And I
Yes,
definitely did grow closer to God. I definitely
yes,
did grow a closer relationship to God.
right,
And I love that. I love the message here. Jesus saves us all. Jesus is King. Jesus
right.
is amazing. God is so good. Um, I do feel like things happen for a reason.
Hmm. So I want to just kind of stop for a moment, and my moderator is in the room. Thank you so much, Mary Life Journey, for chiming in. Thank you so much. Just kind of, I don't know how long you're gonna be able to stay on tonight, but moderate for me, girl. Make sure we're good. Thank you so much, and I want to welcome NJJ in and everybody else that decided to come by, guys, and sit with us for a little while. So we have a few topics with this conversation that we're going to be talking about. We're
Mhm.
going to be talking about our mental health during that time, our emotional well-being, and we're also going to be talking about our health and our self-care. We're going to be talking
You
about
said our
feminine
self what?
energy, self-care,
Mm.
self-care. And we're going to be talking about feminine energy and healing. We're talking about, the things that help inspired us now from 2020. And we're also going to be talking about our spiritual growth. How did we grow? How did we become aware? And then we're going to talk about how relationships are today. Personal relationships, relationships between men and women. Yeah. We're gonna dive into all of that, guys. And so it's very, very interesting. So we're gonna start off with, you know, I'll go first. I will go first. So mental health, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but in mental health and emotional wellness. So how did 2020 impact my mental health and my emotional health personally? I'm gonna be honest. I love 2020. When a lot of people did not love 2020 because 2020 made you sit at home and you to know yourself, be with yourself. Some people were by themselves and they didn't like it. I loved it. I enjoyed 2020 because of number one, we did virtual. I was at home. I was
Mhm.
working. I wasn't in the race. I didn't have to get out, go, get in my car, go to school, and do all that stuff. I didn't have to do that, right? So
Life
that
was
was
so
like
simple. It was so
life was so
nice.
simple. I saved a lot of money because I didn't have to go back and forth. So that was some of the
Yes.
good stuff. Mentally, it wasn't challenging for me, but it was for other people. Mentally, how my mental status was at that time, it made me happy because I did not have to deal with the race, or I wasn't stressed for traffic. I really was enjoying me and not having to get out into the matrix, as they say.
Mhm. Yeah.
And that's what happened to me. But of course, we know mentally and emotional health personal. So emotionally, I was happy. Mentally, I was evolving.
Mhm.
I was learning more about me. I was at home about I want to say 90% of the time I was at home by myself. And everybody that know me know I stayed in Maryland. So I was away from family. I was away from friends. It was just me. And so I got an opportunity to learn a lot about myself with being with myself without the matrix being involved or taking control over, my life. So, Miss Tech, what about you?
Well, I'm like, what do I want to share? What do I want to share? Because a lot
Right,
happened in 2020.
exactly.
A
So,
lot happened in
a
2020. So,
lot.
one thing I will say is
Mhm.
I partied a lot.
Did you? Huh?
I partied a
Really?
lot
In
during.
2020? Girl, what?
Well, it's like me and my sister got together. We
Okay.
had so much like we bonded. Um, we bonded in a way where we haven't bonded in so long. It makes me kind of emotional to think about.
Mhm.
Like we had the opportunity to come together and we got to talk to each other about childhood things, um,
Okay.
just things that we've always wanted to connect and just talk about, and we
Right.
bonded, and it was a beautiful time for us. Um,
Wow.
so we partied a lot, and then my nieces, I got close with them. It was a beautiful time. I got closer, I built closer and stronger relationships with friends that I already had. So
Mm.
I felt like I got to embrace a lot of love that I never got to really, and felt like I never had time for. So, like, something that I loved is that it slowed us down. And it slowed us down to the point also where, I partied a lot, but I also did seek a lot of therapy.
Okay.
I did something that I wish that back then, at least, I wish that therapy wasn't so expensive because a lot of
Yeah.
people did seek therapy around that time.
Yes,
I
they
live
did.
alone. I do live alone. So I think it was easier for me during the pandemic because I do
Mhm.
live alone, but it also did bring up a lot of internal problems that I was having, which is why I did seek therapy. I
Yes.
started realizing that I run from a lot of things.
Right.
So I did seek a lot of therapy, and I started facing things that I would normally run from,
Okay.
like relationships. Like generally for me, and I didn't
Right.
realize that until the pandemic happened. And I was like, I realized that I run from things and relationships that if I feel like we're getting close,
Uh huh.
and I could start getting worried about, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get hurt. So then I'm like,
Right.
I gotta get out of here.
Right.
So that's
So,
just something that
what
I'm still working on that, but that's something
do
that I'm
you
a lot
feel
better
like?
at.
Do you feel like emotionally, if it wasn't for the pandemic, that you wouldn't have learned that about yourself?
No, I wouldn't have had the chance because you have to slow down.
Right.
I feel like you have to
Right.
slow down to pay
Right.
attention to things around you.
Yeah. So,
Like,
hi, Adam. Welcome in. I'm sorry. Hi, Adam. Welcome in. Thank you for chiming into the live. Don't forget to thumbs up and like. the video. Right. Very, yeah, very good. I feel the same. A lot of things that emotionally and mentally we would have never experienced if it wasn't for the pandemic and allowing to learn what we need and actually have that time that we never would have had with our family. For the people that had families, never would have had that time with their family. Would have never.
Yeah.
No,
Never.
never.
Never. I never would have had the opportunity. Like now, we haven't been able to hang out that much, me and my sister.
Because now it's back to the rat race, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Hmm.
just like I appreciated that time.
Right. Exactly. So, I mean, do you feel like people are more emotionally aware now than before because of the pandemic?
I think honestly, maybe I'd say 2 years or 3 years after the pandemic, people were more aware. But I think
Hmm.
what's happening now, in my opinion, I think people are more wrapped up in themselves again. I feel
I do
like
too.
people have
Yeah.
become very self-consumed again. Like people
Mm,
had a moment where, oh my gosh, I appreciate teachers, I appreciate this, that, and the other. But
yes.
so quickly, I feel like people got selfish again.
Yeah. Yeah. I really believe that. I do to a certain degree. I do believe that because now it's all about what you have going on and all of that. It's not about family. Now a lot of families stay together, a lot of families broke up, but you still got an opportunity to spend with your family and your children when there was no other time to do so. So,
Absolutely.
so, so turn the volume down. Is it loud? Can I say that? Is it my volume, Mary Life Journey? Is that better?
I turned mine down. I don't know.
Okay, now it's better. Is that better, Mary Life Journey? Okay, say something, Miss Taylor.
Hi.
Okay, that's perfect.
Okay.
Okay, it's perfect. Okay,
Okay.
gotcha. All right, so I got my little notes up here. I don't want to miss anything, but let's see. All right, now, now we're gonna talk about self care, self love. So, do you think during the pandemic, do you think that helped us to learn about self care and how to love ourselves more? Because
I do briefly.
right, because I don't remember hearing this word self care, love, and all of that prior to the pandemic. I don't remember. It became a ongoing new word, self care, health, all of that good stuff. It was a good thing. It was a good thing.
Mhm.
People are more into self care and self love and all of that stuff, and that's something that we was also missing because the matrix took over our lives, and that I feel like number one, we are number one, you are number one, and you should put yourself in that position to be number one.
Mhm.
Meaning by you come first. You come first. And I think that allowed us to realize that we are first in our lives when the pandemic came versus my job is first or this is first or that is first. I think that kind of made us rewind, sit back and realize that we are first
Yeah.
and that we should love ourselves, you know, more than anything. And
Yeah.
so I this is how I approached it. So I approached it. I didn't. I really. I thought self care or self love was something that I did when I went to get my nails done or get my feet done or different things like that. Yes, that is loving yourself, but it's a lot more deeper than that. And so I learned that self care included your mental health. How is your mental health? Are you taking care of yourself? What is your mental health like? And I learned that was a part of self-care. You know what I mean? Because you
Mhm.
can go get your nails done and your feet done and your mental state is here. Your mental state is here. And we learn as, I'm just saying, as Black people, it was okay to seek therapy. It was okay to be not okay. And even as women, we have learned that we just learned that it is okay to be not okay, if you know what I mean. Because you know the saying, strong Black women,
And
and
that's something that, ugh, I hate that. I just hate
I
that.
hate that term. I
I hate
hate
that
it.
term.
I hate to say the word hate, but I do not.
I
But
don't
it
like it.
gave us, I think it gave us the okay to say it's okay not being okay. It's okay that we're not healed from our past hurt or trauma. It's okay to say that we're not mentally okay. You know what I mean? And it's okay to feel that feeling without being judged. I think it kind of opened up the door to, us knowing what real self care was or is. I could say. I mean, what do you think?
It definitely did, and mentally and physically, because people got healthy. Like I got healthier than I had ever been, and I'm even today, like I'm still living that life that I created for myself during the pandemic.
Right.
People are growing their own vegetables now.
Mm-hmm.
People are like they woke up and realized that their diets they had before weren't good. People are
Yeah.
working out now. Like you would
Yeah.
see people outside working out that never worked out before. Like I mean, health became a huge thing
Yes.
during that time.
I
So and I
think
feel
so
like
too.
it's and it's still and it's it's even now. So it's nice that that did make that
Yeah.
appearance. The health is wealth.
Health is wealth. Right. Right. So that self care and that health became one. Because guess what?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It was not much other things to do because you was stuck in the house.
You know what? I worked out more than I've ever worked out before. I
Right.
mean, when I tell you I worked out probably twice a day, sometimes, like, I mean, it just definitely goes to show you that, we didn't have much to do.
That we were
But what's
focused
good
on
about it is
ourselves
it became
more.
a routine?
Right. Yeah. We had the time. We had the time. We was at home.
Yes.
I
And
miss that.
I
I
miss it.
I miss it. I'm not lying. I
I
miss
miss
it. I'm
work,
like,
when I was at work, I'm an educator, so it was nice. All right,
right.
guys, class is over. Close your computer, you know?
Exactly.
It was, it was so simple.
It was so
It was
life
so
was so
simple.
simple, right? Right. Oh my
And
gosh.
that's, I
I
think,
mean,
why we talk about the 90s so much because the
mhm,
90s were so simple.
it was so simple.
I
It
love the
was.
90s. Can we get back to the 90s dating
Right.
age?
Exactly.
Just simple.
Right.
Don't call me
So,
past 9. It's, out of respect,
mm, right.
just things like
Right.
that. Sim-
Mm, okay. So, I got a question for Mirror Life Journey. I got a question for you, girl. Do you feel that 2020 pushed more women into their feminine energy or out of it?
hmm.
So, do you feel that 2020 pushed more women into their feminine energy or out of it? That's for anybody on here that want to answer that.
I want to know what you think because
Do
what I
you?
think. You know what I think.
Oh, girl. So as we know on this social media, in these social media streets, feminine energy, masculine energy, it's a big thing now. When that word was not
But what
even
makes a woman
used,
feminine though? Is
huh?
the question is what makes a woman feminine?
Mm,
What makes a woman comfortable being in her feminine energy?
safety.
That. Do we
Yeah.
feel that?
Mm. That's a tough question. Not always. No, no. I don't.
Did we feel safer before the pandemic or after? I felt safer before the pandemic.
Did you really?
I
Okay.
did.
So she said, yes, I think more because we had time to figure things out.
Mm.
You know what? Because guess what? We just had to be. We didn't have to get out. I mean, I could see that because we had just being, right? Feminine energy is just being. So when we was in the pandemic, we didn't have to get out into the matrix. We
I guess
just
I
could
was
be.
outside. I was kind of outside. I don't.
You were doing a lot.
I mean,
I don't know where you were going. We're gonna talk about that later. But I don't know where you were going through the pandemic. You know it was hard to if things was closed. I don't
things were
know.
not closed, honey.
We're
Things
gonna
were
talk
not
about this, girl.
closed.
I don't know. We're gonna talk about that later, okay? But um, well, I think feminine energy became a big word after the pandemic, as we know. What is femininity? What is femininity?
When I hear
Fem-
that word, I hear softness, like when a woman can be soft.
yes, when you can be what they call your soft era, you can be soft. You can
Yeah,
just be
and someone and when someone is I feel like we can be in our feminine energy when we have someone that's leading us properly.
that too.
Like
Yes,
I like the idea of someone leading me,
yes,
and it makes me feel so soft
soft and feminine.
because you don't have to
Okay,
do everything yourself, you know?
exactly, exactly, and I agree. It does. I mean,
It's
we already exude feminine energy, but it bring it out more where we can sit in our softness and feminine energy because all we have to do is be. We just be. We don't have to
yeah.
worry about anything. We don't have to, we just be.
Mhm.
Yes, absolutely. So, what are some ways you connect with your feminine energy on a daily basis? How do you, you know,
Mm. Um, with my job, it's hard.
yeah,
It's hard to be feminine, but outside of my job, I choose that by choosing myself and
okay,
putting myself first. I
gotcha.
didn't do that in the past. Now that I do that, I find myself a lot more peaceful, and my
Mm,
peace brings my feminine energy out. When I'm
wow,
peaceful and I feel, it brings out the most feminine energy I have
right,
when I feel at
right.
peace.
When you're
Mhm.
at peace, right? And I think during the pandemic, we had that choice to be at peace and not have to be stressed out with the drive, with the traffic, with other people. I'm just saying, sometimes other
You know
people
what though? Is we had that, but other people that had bad marriages, they didn't have
didn't
that.
have that. Right.
Like I had that because I have myself and I don't have anything unhealthy at home. But
Correct.
other people, man, they didn't have that.
Right. And so when we start talking about the relationship part of it, we're gonna talk about that too. And just
Yeah.
like I said, the pandemic was very good for awakening a lot of people. And and a lot of people stayed with their family and a lot of people left
Mhm.
because of that,
Mhm.
because of that. They learned something about themselves. They learned something about the person that they was with, whether they liked it, whether they didn't like them, whatever the situation was, you really got an opportunity to learn who you live with. Some
I
was
was very
good.
lucky to live by myself because, like I have friends and I have family and they
Yes,
had a very hard time in their marriages.
yes, yes,
There's things that they didn't realize that they didn't confront because we had the ability to walk away. You
yes.
can't walk away during the pandemic.
You had to face it,
You
right?
had to
You
face
had to
it.
face
So, yeah.
just like you had to face your trauma. You had to face whatever it is that you needed to heal from. You had to face that
Yes.
that finally face that husband or that wife that
Yeah.
realized I don't like her or I
Mhm.
don't like him or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Or I
Mhm.
love or I love her. You know what I mean? So you had those times and moments where you had to face it. Yes, and like Mary Life Journey said, a lot of divorces happened after the pandemic. And just like we said, that is the time where you had to stay in that house with that individual. It's easy to get up and go to work. He goes
Yeah.
to work, you go to work, and oh, I love him, or I this and I that. But when you have to actually be in that house 24/7 with that person, you learn a lot that you probably did not know. So a lot of divorces happen and a lot of marriages happen. Okay? A lot of marriages happened during the pandemic as well. So I mean, but that was a time for what should I say? A time for
A lot of businesses were discovered during the pandemic.
resources, yes. So it was time of abundance. It was a
Yeah.
time of uh what should I say? Awakening when it came to financial. I mean, a lot of people are still in business now. Um, they they found their what's the word? They found their
There's solace.
well
Maybe not
that
solace. Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying
my
to think of that
husband,
word, but yeah.
yeah, Married Life Journey said my husband got on my nerves. I
Yeah.
I get it. I understand.
I
Yes.
I get it. Uh,
I
I
get
get
it.
it.
I get it. I get it. So I mean
I get it.
a lot of people found their what they were supposed to do, whatever their journey was in life, what is they supposed to be. And they found that out during the pandemic. They found out they didn't like their job. They found out what was their purpose
Mhm.
in life. That's the word I'm trying to find. Purpose. They found their purpose in life during
Oh,
the pandemic.
purpose. Got it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Their purpose. They found out what their purpose was and they went for it. They opened up businesses and flourished in it and had great success in it when they found out what it is that they were supposed to really be doing in life. So I thought that
Yeah.
was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
love that.
So I'm glad. So Married Life Journey, you're being honest, and I thank you for being honest and the vulnerability behind it. They made it through. A lot of people did not make it through their
Yeah.
marriage.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was great. That was
And a
awesome.
lot of
I
people
mean,
found God during that time too. Like we mentioned earlier, like
right.
Ted Turner.
Yes.
He was an atheist and now look, he has a relationship with God.
Yes. And I mean,
You know?
a lot of people got very creative, just like she said. They created their own businesses. They start, flourishing and just making lots of money during the pandemic.
Yeah. Wait a
When I
minute.
say
Can I is the pandemic when is the pandemic when what is the name of that website that people got really popular on?
what's that?
The sexual website. Isn't that when that got popular?
I don't know. Was
What is it
it?
called?
I
Gosh,
don't.
it's uh
Oh, what is the name of the site? Oh gosh, I cannot.
I
I
can't think of it.
I can't
But
think of it.
everyone created their own account and people became millionaires from it. I just
I
forgot
know
the
what you're
name of
talking.
it.
I cannot remember the name of it, but it's on the tip of my tongue. When I think of it, I'm gonna say so. I know
Gosh,
what
I'm
you're
mad I
talking
can't think
about.
of it. But that's when
Yes,
that became a huge.
huge. Oh my God, what is the name of
But
that
it's
site?
basically kind of like people doing inappropriate, just being
Right.
naked online at
I know
home.
what you're talking about. I know
I
what you're
just
talking
forgot.
about. A lot of people, I mean, for people that believe in God or spiritually awakening or whatever, to each his own. So a lot of people became spiritually awake. And when I say spiritual awake, they found out who they are on that spiritual journey, what it is, what aligns with them, what is good for them. They found out what they needed to heal from, whatever direction or whatever that they was coming from, they found themselves, you know.
Hmm.
They found, having that connection with God, having that connection with themselves, knowing that, I am supposed to put myself first and love me. So a lot of that happened and it's spiritually awakening and all of that good stuff. So, you know, um, all of that transpired during, the
Yeah.
pandemic.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. But what's funny too though is because of the pandemic, do you know people are still going to church online?
They
You know,
never went
like
back in the right. They never went back in the building.
They never went back into the building. They're still spiritual, they still got built the relationship with God, but some of us are still online.
Yes, yes, right. So, um, so we pretty much talked about that. What role did or what from the pandemic? What role did faith and spirituality play in your life? And you said you became more and more closer with God.
I did. I learned, not like when I say that, because
Mm-hmm.
people say that, but what I mean by that is I actually started reading the Bible and I started a Bible study. And I did it
Mm-hmm.
every week and I learned a lot about the Bible, that I
Right.
things that I didn't know. So
Right.
that's what I mean when I say I definitely grew closer to God. Like there's a lot of
Okay.
stuff I didn't know.
Okay. Good. So for me, when it became, how did it shift for me? I became more spiritual. I learned how to meditate more. I learned how to um I guess accept my feelings, understand my feelings. I learned what my traumas were. I learned how to deal with them, and I learned how to heal from them, during the pandemic. And so I had a lot of people that guided me and helped me along the way on my journey. And so that helped me to be the better person that I am today. Did not realize I had, past childhood trauma and drama and all of that stuff until I was able to have that moment and sit with myself and realize that, hey, I might need a little help. I might need to, and it gave me that time to look within and to find those things. And then along the way, people came along the way and helped me and assist me, on my journey. So I mean, that was a plus. That was a
Hmm.
plus. So I'm very, very grateful for that time during the pandemic because it I don't think I would have been able to experience facing anything or, or learning how to forgive people in my life.
Mm.
All of it. I don't think I
Wow.
yeah,
That's yeah.
yeah, yeah.
When you say
So
you meditate, what does that look like?
just sitting with myself, just meditation, affirmations, different things like that. Just, you know, closing my eyes, meditating and just allowing God to speak through me during that time and just sitting with myself
Okay.
and accepting what is being said, accepting what I'm feeling. So that's what it looks like to me.
Got
So,
it.
because believe it or not, a lot of people do not know how to sit with themselves.
Hmm.
And because you got to get
And
up.
that's a problem. That's problematic. My grandma always said you should be able to enjoy your own company.
Exactly. Exactly. You should be able to
Yeah.
sit with yourself and enjoy your own company and listen within. And
Hmm.
allow you to listen within because you're constantly going in the matrix. You're moving, you're shaking, and you're not being still enough to hear what is being said,
Hmm.
right?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
that that allowed us to do that. It did. It allowed us to do it. So we're gonna talk. We're gonna shift it. We're gonna flip it. Since we're talking about the relationships and all of that, talked about we talked about your mind. Okay, hold on.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, that was yeah, so marriage life
Being a
journey said
teacher's
she
hard.
had a big adjustment because she was a wife, she was a teacher, she was a grandmother. Yes. Stuck in the house with kids. My God, you gonna bring me through that. Exactly. It was a hard time for a lot of people, but if you really sit back and you think about it, you had a lot of growth during that time. Even though it seemed like it was terrible, because I know when you got little small kids and you're in the house with them, stuck with them, you gotta be the teacher, you gotta be the mother, you gotta be the grandmother. It's
Yeah.
overwhelming, but I promise you, if
24/7.
you look back and take a moment, you will be appreciate that time because you got a chance to know your kids, learn your kids, and to experience being with them, even though it was overwhelming. Even though it was overwhelming, if you just want to sit with it, you will find a joyful moment in it. or or a teachable moment, or a teachable moment. it may not always been a joyful moment, but it's something that it taught you.
Mhm.
It's something that it taught you during that time. And so I feel like you got to sit back and figure out, what did it teach you? What did it teach you during that time? Um, and what should you learn during that time if you didn't learn it? It's something that you should learn during
Mhm.
that.
Absolutely.
If it wasn't learning yourself, learning your kids, or learning what you didn't like and what you did like. It's all in how you look at it.
It
So
definitely is.
it
It
is.
definitely is. I love that you said that because it is how you look at it.
Yes,
Like
it's
your
how you.
viewpoint really matters.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It just depends on how you look at it. But everything is a learning lesson. You got to figure out what that lesson was and what you
Mhm.
were supposed to learn from that lesson, even though it wasn't pleasant, even though it wasn't pleasant. And that's the thing.
Well
That
said. Well
that
said.
that yeah.
Wow.
That
I really I'm gonna take that with me.
okay.
Even though it wasn't even if it wasn't pleasant, you learned something from it that you can
Yes,
take away from it.
that you can take away from it.
That's a
Yes.
good way to look at it. It really is.
Yeah. So relationship, we're gonna do a shift. Since we talk about relationship, we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back to what else? No, we're going on into relationship.
Mm.
So relationship, that's always a topic, right? Okay. So
I'm
another
just kidding.
way 2020 changed us is in our relationships and boundaries. Boundaries was a new word as well. We talk about boundaries more than ever. Um, let's see. Let's see. I was Yes, yes. And then the pandemic happened. Yes, I remember.
Mm.
I remember that. That was a hard adjustment. That was
Wow.
a time and place in your
Mm.
life, married life journey. That was difficult. You know,
Mm.
facing death, dealing with dealing with the damn pandemic. That's a lot. I don't even know what to say. That's a lot. And I'm quite sure as you sit back now, you learn some things, you maybe understand things a little bit better than you did not understand at that time. It's a lot. I know it was a lot, but we're here. I don't know. I can't speak on it, but I know I was there and I know it was a lot. So, um, this season reveals, we're talking about relationships. We're talking about boundaries. That season reveal was truly aligned with us because it, it gave us an opportunity to realize who we was, right? Everything slowed down. We started to see people, situations, and even ourselves more clearly. So relationships grew stronger or not, like we just said before. While others fell apart. Okay. And for many, that was painful but necessary because some people weren't even meant to be in those relationships anyway. Let's be honest. They weren't meant to be in those relationships.
Wow, yeah.
They
Mhm.
moved into a place where you probably were supposed to be anyway. We learned that it is okay to outgrow people during that time. We turn it down just a little bit. Your volume. I don't know. It's your feet. All right, say something.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh. Good.
Okay.
Okay.
I think because
So
someone
we
was
learned
calling me,
that.
maybe it changed. I don't know.
Oh, that's why. We learned that protecting your peace is not selfish. Oh, it's essential. That's what we learned. That was one of those new words, that came on with the pandemic, protecting your peace, um, being aligned, all of these new words that we've never used before, that was some of it. And this ties directly with the feminine energy because feminine energy is about being self-worth, discernment, and honoring how you feel. Okay. A lot of women began to set boundaries for the first time, um, without being guilty, choose themselves, over their kids, over their families, and walk away from drained relationships. Okay. So I feel like 2020 taught us that not everyone is meant to go with you in the next season, and it's okay.
Yep. Some people are only made for a season, or, they say a season or a reason.
A season or a reason, right? So we're gonna fast forward to these relationships these days. So, how do you feel or think that relationships before 2020 compared to relationships in 2026? We're talking about
What
men
relationships? No
and
one's in a
women.
relationship.
Men
I'm just
and
kidding.
women. We talking. How do you feel? I mean, we talk about men and women now. We're not talking about the relationship with the kids. We're not talking about the friendship relationship. Well, I was listening. Okay, I was listening to this meme. Work with me now, y'all. Now it's 2020. You gotta ask: Are you gay? Are you single? Single? Are you single? Are you in a situation?
Isn't that sad that you
Are
have
you
to
are
ask
in
that?
a?
Are you
Are you
single?
are you married? Are you married? Are you married? Separated?
Are you
Let's go.
bisexual? Like all these things.
Are you bisexual? Are you poly? I mean, what else? There's a whole lot of other terms that I don't even know. I don't even know what
Hmm.
they mean.
Yeah. Hmm.
I don't remember before 2020 asking people those questions, but you got to ask those questions now. Are you bi? Do you like men and women? Have you ever been with a man? I mean, have you ever been with a woman? I mean, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Girl, I don't
Yeah.
remember. I
It's
don't,
different now.
it's
It's
different.
different. It's, you know what it is? It makes me sad because to me, it's less it to me, as time goes on, it pulls less and less from God. The way we're supposed to be dating. It's less and less. It's just less and less. Like in the Bible, it talks about a lot of things that we're supposed to be doing as far as when
Mhm.
we're, when we're dealing with each other.
Right.
We're getting away from that more and more to me.
Mm.
More and
So,
more.
what do you think? I mean, what do you think? Okay, so the pandemic was supposed to make us grow, right? Um, it
We
was
did
supposed
grow in different ways.
right. So when it came to relationship, do you think the pandemic caused the downfall in the relationships now? And I mean, why do you think? Why do you think?
I think that what happened is, I'm going to at least speak for women. I can't speak for men.
Right.
But I think what happened is a lot of women in relationships were already not happy. So the
Mm,
pandemic happened, and it basically magnified their situation. Like it they got to really spend time with their
right.
unhappiness. So
Okay.
women realized, I think, just from my observations, they don't have to deal with it anymore.
Mm,
They 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 choose peace.
okay.
I don't think
Okay.
suddenly men changed.
Right.
I think it's maybe been progressively changing, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
think suddenly all of a sudden things have changed. I think suddenly some people have realized that I don't have to deal with this anymore. I
Okay.
think women are now choosing, or
Mm-hmm.
I think we're being, maybe we're being more selective.
So do you think? I mean, selective. I'm wondering why wasn't we more selective before the pandemic than now? I mean, I always kind of wonder that because is it because we had an opportunity to grow within ourselves? I don't know. I mean, because it almost sounds like we wasn't selective before the pandemic more so than now.
I was not selective before the pandemic. I was not that careful as I am now. And I
Mm,
think maybe it's because we got to spend time with ourselves more, and And I think people just fake it. I do. I think we just fake it.
You, what do you mean? I mean, like
Well, what
you're
I
saying,
mean is I don't know, it's difficult to
I,
speak on
right?
because it's
So,
very
do you think? Okay,
people, I don't know, it's people are just existing.
so you think that we learn our self worth when we had an opportunity to sit with people? Because we always say,
I do
"Oh,
think that. I feel like we learned our self-worth. Like we sat there and we got to see things in a different
right,
I don't,
every
I don't
day."
know.
We
It's
got to see it
yeah.
every
When
day
when
and
you're
act.
forced to see something every day and sit with it, it's different. You can't
Mm,
get away from it.
right. So we kind of learn our self worth more. I
And
mean,
then
that's
all these self-help videos on YouTube, you're like, I mean, we all woke up. I mean, we got it together.
right.
But to me, I feel like I got it together, but now
Yeah.
did I get it together? Now I'm like, now I feel like my choices are slim because I feel like I see so much now.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, you became awakened. So, I mean, is
Yeah.
that a good thing? But we have to be honest. I have to be honest because with me becoming more aware and awakened and know my self worth, my selection is very slim.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah. It is.
I'm just saying my tolerance level is
It's changed.
changed. Right. It's changed.
Yeah. I feel less tolerable.
Mm, yeah. I can't talk. I tolerate too much. I can't. I can't. I think
Like
my
it's just sad how easy it is to block.
top. Okay, I get it. I know what you're saying. I mean, I'm like, it's like, okay, I can't do that. I'm cutting it,
I
right?
just feel like before like I don't know, I guess it's been a while since I've really dated, but for me at least, before the pandemic happened, I feel like I felt men were more intentional. I
Hmm.
felt like we actually went on dates. I feel like the dates have changed now. They're more casual since the pandemic. They want you to
Right.
come to their house more. Like you'll
Yeah.
meet someone and then the next day they want you at their house.
Yeah.
That wasn't really like that in the past. I never encountered that.
I never
We would
encountered
go
that.
date and
Right.
date and date and talk and like it was just a lot. It was so different. Now it's very casual to me. Now you meet a
Hmm.
man, why don't you come to my house? Oh, you want me to come? You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. It's
Right.
just I don't want to come to your house right away, but
Right.
it's just that's just and then once you get what do you want me to do when I get to your house?
Right. That
You
part. Right.
know? I'm at your house. What do you want with me there?
Right. We're not doing that, sir. I'm sorry. We're
I
not.
mean, can I get
Right.
to know you and see if I like you?
Right. It's no. It's none of that. I mean, so do you think?
It was less of that before the pandemic. Now that the pandemic's happened, everyone's trying to get me in bed.
Right.
That's my experience.
Right. Right.
They're not
I,
saying that they're trying to get me in bed, but they're inviting me over to their house.
oh, so what else do you want, sir?
You want to
That
get to
part.
know me better?
Right. Yeah. So yes, yes. So I mean, I don't know. I just so do you feel like I can't really speak on men, but if you're a man, chime in, give us your thoughts on what
Please.
is it that you're experiencing now with women versus back, from the pandemic to now. I'm not a man, so I really can't speak on it, but we can only speak on our experience as women and what we think has
I
changed
mean,
or
that's just my experience.
yeah. So my experience, men are less intentional. Um, I've
Mhm.
dated a few times, since the pandemic or whatever. They're not intentional. Like they said, they want you to sleep with them. They want you to come to their house immediately. I don't know you. I don't come to your house. I don't even know you. But however, um, I think men are more open about, in a way, they're more open about wanting to sleep with you in so many ways. They're not actually saying it, but they're saying, okay, come to my house. But I
Mhm.
figure that if you talk to them and they know what it is that you want, they know that that's not what you want. But they still approach it in that manner. But men are going to be mixed. Sometimes they're going to
Yeah.
try anyway. They're going to see what they can get and what they can't. But I just feel like men are less
Are they looking
attractive.
for a relationship now?
I don't know. They're less attractive to me from the pandemic to now. Men are less attractive,
100%.
I don't know why. It seemed like before
100%.
the pandemic and during the pandemic, men were more attractive. Now it's almost like men let themselves go.
Yes. Yes.
Um, I have never seen so many men that let themselves go. Um, and I'm not talking about like body shaming or
Yeah.
anything. You
Mhm.
can be a big guy and still look nice. But I don't think a lot of men that I've seen don't take care of themselves when it comes to their appearance and different things like that. I've seen
Mhm.
that to me change. During the pandemic, we was more health conscious. Before the pandemic, during the pandemic, I think men cared about how they look and different things like that. Now that we are fast forward to 2026, I'm sorry, it's a lot of men that look a little sloppy. I'm just saying, they look a little sloppy.
Mhm.
Yeah. They look a little
It's
sloppy.
changed. It's changed. I mean,
Right.
overall, it's definitely changed.
Um, a lot of men are most definitely disrespectful, very disrespectful in the way they speak to you, talk to you. Maybe not in person because everything is like social, everything is more social media. But I feel like now on social media, it's a lot of degrading of women that I did not see or hear before. Because social media still was out there. I just don't remember men being very degrading like they are now, or I would say openly degrading to women. And I see that
Mhm.
more now. Um, Men are coming out and admitting that they don't like women, which I don't remember that being something.
A lot of men have mommy issues too.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of men have healed, did heal during the pandemic, and they faced their traumas and healed. And a lot of men are good; they're not toxic. But it is a lot of men that refuse when they know they have childhood issues. They have refused to get help. But it is a lot of men. I can say from the pandemic to now, I can say that men are more into healing a little bit more to me and okay with going to get help. I could see that part, you know what I mean? Because a lot of we talking about our racism, we talking about ours. I'm not talking about outside of it, but they're more open now to be healing or try to get help.
Yeah.
A little bit
Mhm.
more open about it because we all come from that hub of we don't get therapy, we don't get help, we don't see, you know what I'm saying? So I think that that opened the door for women and for men and women during the pandemic, and we are more so more quick to get some type of help and you know and healing and all of that stuff. That's what
Mhm. Absolutely.
I feel that way. I do. We're more open. Our race as a whole is more open to healing. Yeah. When in the beginning
Absolutely.
it was no, it was a no. Because if you told your auntie or your grandmama you're going to get some therapy, they looked at you like crazy. You know, it
Yeah.
wasn't.
It was like that. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
therapy. Go to God.
deal for what? What are you talking about? You're fine.
Yeah.
You know, so I think we are more susceptible and open as a race to get help. We are. We are. And I
Absolutely.
think that has helped us, but we also have a long way to go. Because on the flip side of that, we have a lot, like we said before, we have men that's being very degrading or whatever. I don't know if they did that in the closet before the pandemic and said those things before, or it just gave them the will to be open about it. I don't know.
I don't know.
Did they already
I
feel
can't. I
that way?
don't know.
No, I don't know. But
I don't
I can
know.
only, if a man chime in and let us know what your thoughts are, that would be helpful. But I really don't know. But I do know that uh we both
Hmm.
mimic when it comes to relationships. I think that we both have women and men have a long way to go, and that we should, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. I'll be honest. I have been trying to figure that out with all of this nuance, but I do know that we have to come together and figure something out in some kind of way when it comes to relationships, not just
Hmm.
female, but even with the relationships with ourselves, our friends, our family, mothers, fathers. We have to figure out a way. So I don't know. What do you think we can do? What are your thoughts on how we can make this dynamic between men and women a little bit better and comfortable? I don't know.
N- None of us know. None of us know. And
I
for
don't know.
me, right now, is if you like me, then you'll show me you like me.
Right,
That's
right.
all I'm going by. If you
That's all
like
you're
me, you'll
going
show me that you like me.
that you like.
And if you don't like me, then I'll know you don't like me because you won't be consistent with
Not
me.
showing it, right? That's all
Yeah.
we have to
That's
go on.
all I can go by. That's all we have now.
Right,
We can't even I can't figure that out.
right. So
I
I don't
cannot
know.
figure it
Sometimes
out.
I can't figure it out too. The saying is most men don't want to be in relationships, but that's not always true. But
That's what I've heard.
they,
Mhm.
they want the cookie, but they don't want to be in a relationship.
They want the access. They want access, but they don't want the responsibility.
Right, absolutely. And that's not something that we want as women. We don't. It's
Mm.
yeah, you're gonna get blocked.
I'm like, well, keep it
You
pushing.
gonna get blocked. I'm just saying you're gonna get blocked. That's not something. What now that we know our self-worth, we understand who we are, we understand what we want, we're not going for that. Maybe before the pandemic, you was getting it all, sir, but we're not going for that. I don't know. We're not going for that. And there's a lot of women out here that are celibate and
Oh,
have been celibate for years. Um, and I've been on a couple of podcasts and stuff like that with women talking about it. And um 11 years, 20 years, 15 years,
I understand it
10
too.
years, where some women are not. They're just not. It's not.
Hmm.
Because I feel like if you got to ask somebody all those questions about you in a situation, you got a friend, you go with men, you poly. It's too difficult. It's too difficult.
It's
It's
difficult,
it's too difficult. It'd be
and
like, you
it's
know
not
what?
safe out there.
It's not. It don't feel safe. It ain't safe. It don't feel safe. I'm just saying. So a lot of women are choosing themselves versus, it's not even worth it. I don't want it. I don't even want it. I don't even want a chance to want it.
I don't even want it.
I don't even want it. So that part right there. So so do you have anything else? We've been out for a while. Do you have anything else that you want to
No,
say?
shoot,
You
we
want
have
to
been on for a
chime
while.
in and say, come.
Man, I didn't realize we have been on for a while.
Yeah, we've been on for a while. It's okay if we've been on for a while, but I'm just going to kind of recap about what we're talking about. So we're talking about how 2020 changed us as people, our mind, our body, our spirit, how it has shifted, and when it comes to our mental and our mental and emotional awareness, how it changed our health and how health became a priority, how it changed our spirituality and energy and awakening, how relationships and boundaries shift during that time and where we are today. And so, guys, we could talk. I could talk forever. I could talk forever, forever and ever. But we're not gonna stay on here long. It puts us. The pandemic um, pushed us to slow down, to heal, and to grow mentally, physical, spiritual, and emotionally. Um, if you were on that journey of feminine health and wellness, we always on that journey. If you're not the same person you used to be, that is powerful. That is your power, I should say. And I'm just gonna say, we ain't gonna stay on here long. I know what you got to do tomorrow, and I know what I got to do. Gotta see about those kids tomorrow. So I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any kind of comments or questions or anything, please leave it in the chat. I will be sure to comment and answer if you have any kind of just comments. Just comment on what you feel like the pandemic did for you, how it helped you, and how it changed you. And if this message resonated with you, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And guys, you know what I do on Friday? I have tea time after dark. So come in, chime in. We're talking about a series of awakening feminine energy. We're going to be on the third series of awakening feminine energy. So don't forget to chime in. I don't know what time I'm going to come in. It's going to be between 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Okay, so chime in. We're gonna talk about that. How we can continue as ladies to stay in our feminine energy. What does that look like on an everyday basis, and how we should be moving. So, thank you so much for chiming in to Feminine Health and Wellness, and I'm going to say bye for now. Thank you so much, Miss Taylor, for coming in. I have enjoyed you. Thank you so much, Mary Life Journey. You always
Thank
come in and
you.
help, and I thank you so much. And bye for now.